Hi there, it's Dr. Bob Flower with your Monday, June 11th, 2012 Master Pattern Report. Okay, so how did it go last week with the Master Pattern? Well, it went very well. Our silver calls for the 5th and the 6th actually hit big time on the 6th and the 7th, so we're right in the range. The ninth still has not materialized. We're waiting to see how it goes today. In fact, we're looking at today as being one of the major another major move. The S&P we had called for the 5th, and likewise that occurred on the 6th, big time, almost 300 points. Um, so that fared pretty well. Oil did take another hit last week, bounced back somewhat over the weekend, but we still are short our oil positions and looking forward to recede to that $70 level, somewhere between 65 and 70. 70 will be close enough. We are long AutoNation. If I hadn't mentioned that last week, we're looking for about move up to about $38, 30, close to $39, and then we're out of there. And as far as this week is concerned, we're looking for silver for moves on the 11th and the 14th, and the S&P also on the 14th. And oil, as I said, we're still short here. Um, the action in over the weekend with Spain and the euro market is leading me to conclude that and be further convinced that the metals are going to go through the roof here within the next 6 to 12 months. And the reason why I say that is that it's obvious that we are going to have, or we are entering into a deflationary period worse than what anybody had expected. Right? And the basic reason for that is that the debt is not being repaid in any event. You have between Greece, Portugal, now Spain and Ireland, you have committed by institutions and private investors almost $650 billion. That's $750 billion, folks. That ain't going to get paid back, right? And you still have Italy, which has yet to surface, and with Italy, we may need, they may need double that to bail it out, or at least the accumulation somewhere around maybe 500 billion dollars. Um, if this stuff isn't paid back, it goes away, and that's deflationary. People are talking about real estate coming back. While we feel that real estate is kind of bottoming here, I don't think it's coming back. Not for another 3 or 4 years before we see that. Probably about 4 years before we see real estate gaining any kind of respect again. All right. Sure, prices are increasing in some areas from nothing to something, and I don't call that a recovery. I call it a bottoming. Okay. And by the way, I'm still bullish on buying real estate for long term here. If you can afford it, and if that's within your purview, uh, especially if it's a small income producing or big income producing entity, by all means jump in. This is, with rates being what they are, it's well worth it. And by the way, with the rates, try to lock in as long a period of time, because you don't want to be in a situation where you're paying 3.5%, 3 3/4, 4%, and in 5 years, rates start taking off. Now the rates are, instead of 4% or 3.75%, they're 6.5%, 7%. That property has not escalated in value because the rates are now much higher. So try and lock that in as best you can. Do it if you can with a corporation. Keep the corporation clean so that what you can do is sell the corporation rather than put it in your own private name. Okay. 50 years of real estate and investment finance. Okay. So in any event, here's the scenario. Right now with Spain, these European countries owe 2/3 of $1 trillion. That goes away. The default. All governments, including the European market, are going to have to inflate, like they're going to have to make money like you've never seen before. And of course, that will cause a hyperinflation, which is what we think we're going to see. Deflation, hyperinflation, stagflation, all at the same time. At that point in time, when everybody says, "Hey, this is like sheet paper. What good is it? I can't. I'm paying $5, $7 for a loaf of bread." Is when people will turn their confidence to the gold and the silver, and make no mistake about this, it'll really soar, and I'm not convinced that that will be the ultimate investment. I think your other hard assets at that point in time will start to have a value because they can't be confiscated. And they could be utilized, right? So that's where we see this scenario going. Now, I have an announcement to make. Something that occurred about a month ago, and we haven't mentioned it on our show. My staffers keep telling me, Bob, put it up. Okay, here it is. My latest book, The Great Secrets of the Ancient Sites and Sacred Scriptures. Okay, it's being published by Dilya Publishing, Dilya. We sold the rights to it to the Russian Federation, and the book has won not two, but 3 awards by the International Book Awards at the International Book Awards Festival. It was the winner of Ancient History. It was one of the 4 finalists in metaphysics, philosophy, New Age philosophy, and it was also one of 3 finalists in the spirituality. So, and it was the first book to win multiple awards of that type. There have been other books that have won in 2 categories, but never anybody in 3 categories. So, in a lot of respects, it's an easy reading book. It's about the great secret of these sites and scriptures, putting it all together in my adventures, my numerous adventures, and throughout the world, getting jumped and shot at and attacked and whatnot, and have you in different parts of the world in my travels in my younger day, and how I discovered what I discovered and how I discovered it. So you may want to pick that up. It's on our website, www.masterpattern.net, and also on Janet. It's in Amazon. Okay, you can find it on Amazon. The other bookstores, I think, have it, but it's Barnes and Noble will also be carrying it by order. okay? And that should be within the next 30 days. Right? But you can buy it at a website. And if you mention that you're a subscriber to the Master Pattern Report, we will give you it's a $5 discount. Janet, what's the book? $14.95. All right, so you'll be able to buy it for $10. Okay. Um, Great Secret of the Ancient Sites and Sacred Scriptures. We really enjoy it. Parts is science, part it's deep, part of it is adventure, part of it is very clear description, and I had a lot of fun writing this one. Okay, so we're looking for a summer of a more physical type of involvement. You know, summers are notorious. You know, you have to watch out for people losing their temper and like crazy things happening. And I think that we're moving towards the end of this age, and we're moving into a new age, as the Mayans tell us. And I think that it's going to be an age of hard responsibility. We're going to do a whole big show on the Mayan predictions, and for December 21st, 2012, what they mean and what to expect for the next Mayan millennium. Okay. And also we have some other things planned. We have an 8-part video series that we're in the process of producing, which is somewhat based on the book and some other life lessons type of thing, development of potential. So it should be a good summer. We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to some moves. I'm looking at some very specific stocks right now for people so that they can be move into something that's easier rather than just buying it one day with the hopes we're in the right direction or what have you. And we'll be getting to you on that. Like I said, we bought into AutoNation at about a little under $35, and we're looking for a move up to around 38 and change. Right, and that's a short-term move, a couple of weeks. Right, so with that, we hope you stay nice and calm and cool and enjoy what we think will be some great weather and great summer, and just watch out for this inflation thing or deflation thing first, with inflation to follow. Okay, hang in there. See you next time.